everybody, my name is Luke Mar and this is HauteLeMode, and today on HauteLeMode we are going to be getting into the review of the day 2 of the Fall/Winter 2019 Haute Couture season. We will be covering two different shows, one is Chanel and the other is Givenchy, so get prepared. I just want to say I'm really sorry about the change of scenery. I unfortunately recorded this and it flopped and just didn't record, so I'm very frustrated. But we have to change where we're recording, but don't worry, it's fine. Before we get any further into the video though, if you guys are looking for a channel that talks about fashion in the most fantastic, bitchy, analytical way, this is it. You can go down below, hit the subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications. I mean, like, what you have to lose, you're already here. And if you guys want to see even more from me, you can follow me on Instagram at HauteLeMode. I post some pretty poppin' fashion memes. My Instagram stories are always pretty lit. And if you want to see even more from me, which, like, why would you want to? But like, if you're really obsessed, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at HauteLeMess. I post some more personal looks and opinions. So let's just get into the haute couture. First up, Chanel. This is the first haute couture show that Virginie Viard, who is the successor to Karl Lagerfeld at Chanel, actually showed. And I mean, it's kind of impossible not to mention Karl Lagerfeld when discussing Chanel because he was as central to the brand as Coco herself. And seeing as how Virginie worked under Karl for about 30 years, you'd have hoped that some of the creative juices might have trickled on down and leached into her brain. Not necessarily the case. Now, I know that this review sounds a little bit initially negative, but I don't think Virginie is bad at all. I actually think she's an extremely capable fashion designer in the sense that she could literally make a garment from start to finish with absolutely no problem. And she's been bringing to life the sketches that Karl has been drawing for 30 years. So like, listen, the woman can make clothes. And I think for that, the couture clients of Chanel will and have thanked her for many, many years. But do I think that this means that necessarily she should be the creative director of the House of Chanel? Absolutely not. I find that Virginie's approach to Chanel is like a whisper about the beauty and elegance of the brand, and she's a very good whisperer, an extremely good whisperer, a wispier, like a sommelier of whispers. I mean, the column coats are boxy and discreet. The emboldened shoulders and sleeves are so 80s, it's actually kind of nice. And the champagne flute strapless gowns are fucking beautiful. And these pieces show that Virginie knows how to make good fucking clothes and that she's not afraid to actually do it. But I'm afraid while the product is poppin', we are losing the magic that makes Chanel Chanel. Looks like the new look silhouette were so manufactured looking that it almost felt fake. Like just something she was doing to be creative. And the tackiness of the pairing of the florals was like so bad. And I mean, I know Karl used to do that in the last few seasons of Chanel, but I mean, like, listen, it was Karl and he was old and, you know, it's fine because it's him. Hear me out. Two titans have made Chanel Chanel. One is Coco, who is obviously problematic as fuck, but we believe in the story of an orphan girl who rose to be one of the most famous fashion designers in the world, who gave us timeless styles like the little black dress and the quilted bag. And on the other hand, we have Karl Lagerfeld, who created these lifelike dreams that you could only imagine in your head, but he created just this little tiny dream that we could all keep inside of us. He brought the fantasy to Chanel where Coco brought the actual product. And I think that those two aesthetics coming together is what makes Chanel so powerful. And right now, I'm not seeing Virginie as somebody that can step up to that plate, at least by herself. When tasked with coming up with creative looks, she doesn't only make them unwearable, but she also makes them unappealing. Like that one frill shirt, like, it's like, it's so gross, I can't stop thinking about it. While Karl made clothes that we literally never could ever afford, we dreamed about wearing them to places like the grocery store. Literally. With Virginie's creative, you know, avant-garde clothes, I wouldn't wear them to bed. There was that asymmetrical gown with like the one sleeve on the side, which reminded me of Maria Grazia, which is giving me severe anxiety because, like, what if Virginie is the next Maria Grazia? Like, what do I do? How do I function? But I mean, not only did it have that weird fucking sleeve, then it had like a purple molten bird all over it. And I was just like, why? I don't understand why. And then the finale look was this like light pink baby dick fucking puffer jacket recreation with feathers. And it's like, what am I to do with that? It's a finale look. The finale look is also supposed to be a wedding look. It's not even a wedding. Like, girl, would you get married looking like that? Looking like you have tiny little baby dicks hanging all over your body? No, absolutely not. I do see promise though. I mean, Kaia Gerber wore that beautiful orange skirt suit, which at the shoulders cropped and created these like beautiful 3D printed looking white florals. That was smart. That I can do. And on top of that, there was also that really beautiful mermaid skirt silhouette that was also like a tuxedo. It was nice. It was smart. Maybe invite Billy Porter to the show a little bit, Virginie, but like, it was good. In my personal opinion, I think the best foot to put forward would be for Virginie to actually have somebody that can create these amazing avant-garde, crazy, trendy pieces while Virginie sticks to the classics and creates beautiful product that we know and we can love. I think that's the only way for Chanel to be Chanel again. I like Virginie. I think she's amazing. She's been the design director, putting together the craziest looks for the house and making them real life. But I don't know if she has the creative chops to actually create the creative. If that makes any sense, I don't know anymore. I just pray that they pair Virginie up with somebody who's a young, amazing creative who can give her the cool ideas and let her frolic and make amazing pieces. Because I swear to God, I cannot have Chanel become Dior. I will truly die. And I think we all will. Next up is Givenchy. Clare Waight Keller has hit her stride again, and honestly, I'm very proud of my girl. After a rough couple of seasons, her couture show this season has really given me the hope that the designer that I saw all those early seasons ago is back and better than ever. She delivered a nice little couture collection titled Noblesse Radicale, which imagined this set of like nouveau chic Lord of the Flies people who went into these like 17th and 18th century old French chateaus and pretty much like ripped apart the wardrobes and all of the textiles all over these chateaus and sort of created this like new bohemian style of couture. I mean, she recalculated the wardrobes of those early days of the 17th and 18th, centuries, and sort of also incorporated styles up to like the 50s and 60s of the 1900s as well. At the beginning of the collection, we got these beautiful pieces that looked like they had been plucked out of a book about Hubert de Givenchy and his work. A beautifully sculpted jacket in ombre that went from white to black was chef's kiss. Sprinkle a little salt on there. And then we got this really beautiful, simple skirt suit, which just felt like the sexiest old couture, like 1950s amazing silhouette. It was just really, really nice to see. It like set my mind at ease in a really nice little way. The shortened mermaid silhouette gives me butterflies, honestly. I love the fact that you took the mermaid silhouette, which is normally like very long and draggy and dramatic, and made it fun. It was shortened so that essentially every time the model moved and walked, it sort of kicked and bounced in all different directions. I personally think that having a little bit more fun with the silhouette is a bit more dramatic than having it salon as now fashion always does. There's a great mix of traditional styles like the bell gowns and the cover-up capes, with newer styles like a rounded tailor suit, which I wear literally every day of my life. And this dress that was like a sheer top, but had this big billowing skirt coming out of it. It was kind of brilliant. And it showed range. Like, she doesn't know how to only do this new sort of fun modern couture, but she also can get into the real old school, beautiful, simple pieces that are made to order for a client. Her feather game this season was very strong. And I mean, listen, I think anytime that you see a crazy amount of feathers, you're obviously just gonna think of Pier Paolo's Valentino. I think that just is what's gonna happen no matter what. But I think the fact that Pier Paolo brought feathers back to the foray isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's nice to see other people experimenting with it. And while Claire, I don't think, did it in a way that was super crazy different, I do think it was nice. Claire said that she imagined there were these like weird bird women roosting in the rafters of the 17th and 18th century chateaus. And so I think that that's where the idea for this beautiful sheer feather like cape cocktail dress came from, and honestly like shooketh. I feel like this is a perfect example of Claire's work. It is very subtle, but it is also very illustrious. It's very couture, it's very beautiful, but it's not something that jumps out at you and like screams in your face. It's something that, again, is a very simple sort of whispery little moment where you have to look at the fine details. And we shan't forget the amazing green tulle pannier, which, like, again, if you bring back a pannier to me, like, sold, clap on the back, thank you for having me, like, I'm good, I'm set, I'm sold. 17th century Marie Antoinette, like, giving me French court realness, check plus, A star, star, star. I also love the fact that she sprinkled these beautiful black feathers all over this big pannier skirt. It was nice, it was different, it's something that we haven't seen before. And Claire was not kidding when she said she was going for that 17th, 18th century aesthetic. I love the black and white printed looks. I mean, they went from very, very simple and elegant and subtle to something that was a little bit more ostentatious, like that big, beautiful cape. It was simple, but elegant, and it was exactly what was needed. Claire also debuted a few silhouettes that we've seen before. One is that like caped shoulder gown with feathers all over it. We've seen that from her very early collections and some of the recent couture collections as well. And then there was that floral gown that had the big, beautiful feather train and a really simple accompanying black lace gown that I think we saw for spring 2019 couture. They're not my favorite looks, but at least Claire is like referencing herself and bringing back silhouettes that must be popular with clients. There definitely was a lot less of the asymmetrical mumbo jumbo, which made me so happy because normally it makes me want to strangle Claire, but I'm happy that she kept it to a very, very simple minimum. Obviously there were some of them, one being that frumpy torso jacquard gown, which I just couldn't understand. And then also there was that silver metallic skirt with tulle underlay, and I was just like, Clary Bell, why? Why? Overall, Claire delivered a nice collection. Was it revolutionary? Absolutely not. But that doesn't mean that there wasn't a bit of growth that honestly I'm happy to see from her. So that is the end of the video. Please let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. I'd love to hear all of your opinions on all of the shows that we talked about today. Thank you guys again for watching. I will see you on the next one, and TTYL.